All right, Winging It. We'll get to who's back here in just a second, but I was just talking about how I made the investment into an at-home gym, canceled Lifetime, got the treadmill. So we get a treadmill, a couple $100, like I think it was like $400, like it was cheaper than I thought. Like our overall investment in an at-home gym was treadmill, kind of like a multi-purpose thing with a bench that you can move out, squat, bench, etc. So obviously some plates, and then the Bowflex dumbbells that I used to have in my St. Louis house that you could rotate and switch the thing. So like real compact, 5 to 50 basically. The treadmill we got said 3 levels of incline, and I'm an incline walker. I'm like, all right, 3's enough. And I'm like, wait, where's the button to incline? Kelsey goes, this is how you do it. You manually do it. I kid you not, this thing moves up 3 centimeters, and that's the max level. It's just fucking, but it is fun.
It's barely an incline.
Right, exactly. Thanks for the 3 levels. But it has been like, I just go down there. It's a lot, like the motivation to work out, many people know it's tough. And it's harder when you got to get in, sit in traffic, go somewhere, deal with everyone and their mother being at the gym. And it's a lot more easier to be like, all right, let's go crank it out, just by walking downstairs. Okay.
I'm jealous.
Yes. Hey, well, we'll have a Winging It retreat out here, and we'll make use of it. Like, Brendan, talk about how your dad's at home gym, the M.
Yeah, the M, the Marcos. He's always had an at home gym. He's got dumbbells ranging from about 0 to 70 pounds, I'd say.
Pretty good.
He's got a squat rack, a bench with barbells and like plates and stuff like that. So it's pretty legit, actually. Like during COVID, when I lived with my parents, that's where I had to work out when the gym was closed.
And here's I love Lifetime, and I was like paying for Diamond membership. Like that's, almost $200 a month, where this is freaking, a total of $1,200, and use it for the rest of your life. I was just like, it makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it does. Me personally, I actually find it harder to work out at home. Just something about like getting up, like getting ready, making myself look presentable, at least somewhat, to go to the gym, and like being around people. Makes me,
good point.
But no, pretty sick at home gym for.
Dude, I'm with you, Brendan, though. Like, I feel like whenever I'm at a gym, it kind of makes me feel like accountable for my workout. Like, not that I got to show off to anyone, but like if someone's looking, I don't want to look like, I'm not working out.
Yeah. And like, you can't be sitting on your phone the whole time. Otherwise, I'm going to call you out. Like
and you're like, shit, I'm here. I gotta, I should put in a workout. Like, you're not going to cut a workout short as if you're like, well, I could go, play MLB The Show and rip a bong upstairs. I was on the treadmill, just literally with a bowl, just watching my dogs, my dogs chilling just outside.
Dude, I've been having the biggest fucking trouble trying to figure out a gym, because I go to this gym here with it's like inbred people. It's like, it's awful, but it's $40 a month, and it's so packed. And I am debating going to Lifetime with Brendan, but it's expensive.
Like sorry, go ahead, Alex.
I was just gonna say, I'm gonna invest as soon as I can. Similarly, and the best part about that is I overhear people that I do know with home gyms be able to like sell their barbells and stuff like that, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of dope. Like, you can actually get your money back, kind of thing, if
you're moving and you got to get rid of it.
Right.
I will say I love Lifetime. Like, if I was going to a gym, it would be Lifetime, like, because the amenities are great. It was more just the gym overall, and then you got the Lifetime pool, obviously, for the summer, which is obviously great.
Get a tonal.
Okay, yeah, LeBron James, right?
The Lifetime here that I go to doesn't even have a fucking pool.
That's pretty
still, yeah.
Yeah, you need the rock one.
They just built a new gym here. I think it's like a little bit outside Dallas. I'm trying to find it right now. Jack, you might have heard of it. but it's like a fucking nightclub. I wish I.
It's
knew
called
the
like
name.
John. It's called like John.
Yeah, it's John something, but it's literally built like
John Reed Fitness.
Yeah,
All right, pulling it up.
And it's like
it's
like LA type vibes in there.
This
Like,
is
it's like-
true. This is true Winging It fashion, because that story just spawned a story from me that I don't think my brother will enjoy me sharing, but it is too funny for me not to. Okay, here first is John Reed Fitness. Okay, so what are you like? Is there a bar in there, or is it just kind of like a nightclub feel for fitness people?
I feel like there's got to be a bar in there somewhere.
Like it's
Yeah.
The
dark.
fireplace.
Like yeah, they got the big head. They got the head over the fireplace. Like
Bro, who's gonna get fucked by having to get stuck with doing reps next to the heater, next to the goddamn?
It's
Yeah.
not
Is this like a solo sauna room with like a treadmill in it?
this is influencer heaven right here.
Yeah, this
Oh,
place,
yeah.
like, definitely was made for
Oh, wow.
Instagrams.
Yeah.
You have to bring your own photo stand, your own fucking good God. All right,
Yeah,
so
sure.
this story, you know what? I'm gonna tease this Ian story to the end. So we'll keep you engaged here for Winging It. So you guys have to remind me about Ian Corbett's story from attending a club in DC. Okay. It had been almost a dozen years after he broke a city's heart, left for sunnier pastures. But after stealing the Angels' money and quickly aging at a rate resembling my 75-year-old father, make no mistake about it, Albert Pujols is back. That's huge
Yeah.
for St. Louis. Oh my, it didn't bring a tear to my eye. It was pretty damn close, though. That's going to be awesome.
I think eventually there could be some moments that will bring tears to the eyes.
Oh, yeah.
For
his
sure.
first at bat at home, his
Yeah.
first home run.
Mhm.
You know, we all cursed him on the
remember-
way out, but I welcomed him back. Like shit's changed.
Yeah, I remember being at the first game he played at Busch Stadium when he was on Angels, and he hit a home run off. Was it Martinez? Maybe
Of course.
I forget who, but the crowd went fucking nuts.
He got a
Yeah, it was
standing
so
O
awesome.
at Bush.
Yeah.
At Busch. Yeah, it was crazy. It was
Yeah.
so cool.
That was recent.
That was like borderline tears. Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny because you know the rumors with Poole, and the other thing too that's lost in all this, he did so much for the city of St. Louis, not just for its baseball team, but the charity work he did.
Oh yeah.
I think I've told the story on Winging It, maybe even last year, where I tried taking a photo of Albert Pujols, and he literally came up and got mad at me and was like, "Nice try." I was like, "Sorry, Albert," but he was at Lifetime all the time. But
Yeah.
the rumors around him is that, you know, some of these Dominican players, especially back in the day, like take a look at Albert Pujols and try to tell me he's not closer to 50 than he is 40. Like people think he literally that there might be some fudged reports there in terms of his age, which would explain just him dropping off a cliff quicker than a lot of people thought. But
I saw him at Olive Garden once in third grade, and my waitress was freaking out that he was there. Like, oh my God. And my mom ended up getting mad at her. She's like, he's literally a normal person and you haven't even taken our order yet. Like, chill the fuck out. I'll never forget that.
That's pretty cool that like to know that you can have that much money and still eat at Olive Garden.
Yeah.
well, it's heat. Yeah, the DH back in the NL, that was huge. That was basically like no brainer. God, it's going to sell so much tickets just for people wanting to see Pujols again. And I think it's a good team. So I hope we'll be good.
I wonder if maybe something that the Cardinals were like, let's bring him home, because I'm pretty sure his wife still lives in St. Louis. And I saw Rennie Knott, if anyone knows him from News Channel 5, tweeted today that Albert's wife has to get a brain tumor removed. Yeah, so maybe they were like, hey, we're
came back for
home.
the doc. Yeah, come back home.
Yeah.
Obviously, the
Yeah,
doctors are great in St. Louis.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's. Sorry, go ahead, Alex.
No, just Albert. I was just gonna add. He lived like nearby. I don't want to disclose, I guess, too much, but I assume he'd keep that house, and then like where everyone basically grew up. And then he used to always come through the car wash as well. If you ever worked at Auto Spa,
Yes.
so good dude there. You know.
Yeah, he was. I remember when we drove by Mike Matheny's house. I don't think he has that place anymore, but yeah. So a legend comes home. That nostalgia here for our, obviously we're St. Louis based podcast or Roots podcast. All right, let's get to the the story, right? Who's got the first thoughts here? Will Smith smacks the shit out of Chris Rock and the world reacts. All the old people, like this was like one, it was great for live TV. Just my initial thoughts that we could just dissect it. It made like the old people. I went to the dentist the next morning and that was the first joke they said. Hey, did you watch the Oscars last night? It's like, no, I saw the clip. And then the dentist comes over after the cleaning. He's like, yeah, good thing your name's not Jada. I was like, nice one, bro. I was, like they felt so in because literally everyone knew when this shit went down and it was crazy.
What's your guys' thoughts? I don't think it was fake at all.
Neither do I.
Neither do I.
Oh,
I think that was
it would have been genius if it was though, because holy shit.
Yeah. My thoughts are I'm a big Will Smith fan, but I think definitely overreaction there, especially given the circumstances of how she's cheated on him in the past. Yeah. If I was Chris Rock, I would not been that big of a person. I would have, because he can come up with some witty ass shit right there. He could have come up and
I would have gone back after him. I'd be like, shit, I'd be like, fuck you think you can come up here and slap me? I'll fucking beat your ass.
He could have gone for the obvious dig, the obvious one about
it was such a bad joke. It was terrible. It wasn't even funny. Like that's what I was like. Yeah. So Will Smith is like, all right, I don't know. Will Smith, I love him too, but he's kind of looked like he's getting walked over by his woman, and now he's has like an outburst where everyone's like, Jesus Christ. So what I'm shocked about is the reaction where some people are like, my reaction is like, all right, that was crazy, but whatever. Now people are James Corden are like, holy shit. Of course, the right's like, hey, that's assault. Call the cops. And then some people are like, but like, hey, we have to condemn this. Jim Carrey's talking about it. I'm like, what? Was it that big a deal in Hollywood?
Yeah, I actually screenshotted some funny reactions for the T if you want me to just hit those.
Yeah, let's hit that subject right now.
Amy Schumer says she's traumatized by watching it. I dislike Amy Schumer quite a bit. Alec Baldwin said that it was like watching the Jerry Springer show.
Okay, wait a second. Alec Baldwin who killed someone. All right, thanks, Alec.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of killed someone, OJ said I can relate. And then Jim Carrey said it was spineless. And then what was the last one?
James Corden said something.
Yeah, those were the couple I had.
I comedians were like in fear for their profession. I saw there was a post where clubs were posting literally warnings. Hey, comedians are part of our livelihood. You cannot slap them for jokes. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Well, his whole grown-ups squad, the Chris Rocks, were all coming to bat for him. Like David Spade was like, sorry, every comedian doesn't have a medical agenda as they go up to like a list of what everyone in the audience has wrong with them. Like
I saw also Chris Rock his ticket sales are skyrocketing now.
Right. Well, that's fun. Like Morgan Wallen, after he had his, episode, he gotten through it, and then his sales went wildly up too. It's crazy. There's no such thing as bad publicity. Last thing there was, I feel for Jada Pinkett Smith because do you guys remember my bout with alopecia, Brendan?
Yeah, you had that little bald spot.
All of a sudden, after college, I'm just about to graduate. Me and Drew go home drunk one night and shave each other mohawks before we go to the lake, which was fine. We looked ridiculous, but then we come back from the lake and Brendan's like, dude, what the fuck is that bald spot on your head? I kid you not. It was literally just in the middle of my head, the size of a quarter, just a bald spot. So, I mean, I wore a hat. Like, I was like, what the hell happened? Is this going to be, I was able to go to a dermatologist and get like 3 different rounds of literal steroid injections into my scalp, and the hair grew back, and I haven't had a problem since. But I totally feel for, Ed Cooley of Providence. If you've ever seen that guy, he's got alopecia bad. Like, it's a tough disease. But yeah, I did not know Jada had it either. And, hey, she pulled off the bald look, I thought, just fine. It was just it was a lame Chris Rock joke.
No, honestly, like I could care less that he's making fun of her, but I do just think it was a lame joke,
Yeah.
regardless. Like, it wasn't even funny.
I mean, what are we still
Like,
doing
even if I
with
hated
Chris
Jada.
Rock? I get he was, he's great, but is he still it? Is he still an A-lister?
I don't think so. It would have been interesting to see if it was like Dave Chappelle, how Dave Chappelle would have reacted as opposed to
Oh yeah.
Chris Rock.
That was great. Will Smith. He literally walked up there. He goes, "Oh no, whoa!" And he just like.
But he kind of laughed it before he saw her upset. He definitely.
Yeah.
Well, I've heard that it was like delayed. Like, so they went to him and that was the reaction as he started talking about Jada, and then like it wasn't synced together, kind of. But who knows? Crazy. Everyone and their mother, especially their mothers, talking about this one. Will Smith smacks the shit out of Chris Rock. Do you guys know who Roman Abramovich is?
Heard of him.
He's
Basketball player?
He's the former owner of Chelsea Football Club, who was most recently forced to sell for being a Russian oligarch. He apparently was advocating for peace and even went as far as to travel to attend the peace talks himself, where it was reported shortly thereafter that he had suffered from symptoms consistent with being poisoned. What are we doing there? It was reported that he was poisoned after he's apparently okay, but wow, Putin really does not fuck around, does he?
I think several others were poisoned as well.
Yeah. Like what? He literally was just about to off the entire peace council like a fucking Game of Thrones episode. I think spies and all that shit, espionage is real. Like shit, maybe it's in the movies, but then when you get CNN reports of a guy being poisoned, peace talks being poisoned, you start to wonder.
That's what did it say? What type of poison it was?
I did not read that far into it, but let's pull up something here perhaps, because I've seen like it's every once in a while, every couple of years, you'll see like British spies poisoned overseas while traveling through. It's like, what the hell? Have you guys heard of Havana syndrome, where it's like, some people traveling close to Cuba mysteriously come down with some like fever or something?
Interesting. This is kind of random and off topic, but did you see that Eric Church canceled his concert because this Saturday because he wants to watch the Duke UNC game?
Yeah, I saw he was trending. People were fucking
people are pissed.
Yeah, so one of three men peeling skin on their faces and hands. Bro. Red eyes. Temporary blindness. Bro.
We're getting
so fucked. Yeah, that's good.
Pop-ups.
All right, we can't be looking at this too long, otherwise we're going to be suffering from these same fucking symptoms. I'm worried.
Wait, Brandon, wasn't the Eric Church concert here in Dallas this weekend?
No, I think that one's Friday.
Oh, got it.
So yeah, people are pissed. I mean, yeah, if he did, like, are people going to get their money back? They should obviously be pissed about that. But hey, I respect a sports fan getting to watch a game like that.
I mean, I almost didn't believe it. My brother sent me the article and I was like, is that fake? And he's like, I don't think so. And I looked and it's on TMZ.com.
Yeah, he was trending all day today.
What was it?
Eric Church is canceling the concert so we can watch the Final Four.
Game's on, baby.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, go Tar Heels. The Island Boys have added a third Island Boy.
Forgot about them, for real.
Have you seen this, bro? I'm just go when you next are on TikTok when you get a chance. Just go see what the Island Boys are putting out lately. Everyone is just making fun. This dude has no energy. They just gave him the same hair and like they're singing the same song, and then his verse comes up, and he is just so bad.
You could put that shit on a resume. Just like, I was the third Island Boy.
It's an Island Boy. They're trying anything to. No, I don't know if that's him.
I don't know either. That might have been just three posers.
But it is them trying for sure to. Check out their TikTok when we get to it. But for sure are trying to keep up their hype.
Yeah.
Here's a dude that does deserve our hype. Do you guys know? Is this guy graced your For You page? The guy in like a remote country just playing soccer, and he is unreal.
No.
No, Iron Herrera or something. Like it's literally just he is just playing on like a desolate grassland or desert, and he just has these insane goals. And he's just screaming Spanish at the camera, taking off his shirt, and everyone's like, "Dude told us the secret to." He's like, "Dude told us, all these fucking jokes." I can't think of
Krabby Patty formula.
Yeah, exactly. But he, a pro club, like brought him out, and kids were just like, "This guy's the face of a nation." Kids were celebrating like he was a superstar. This guy is Iron Herrera, and he's actually filthy. Like no brainer. A club should sign him.
And his TikTok, is he just playing by himself, or is he like have opponents?
Yeah, like he's shooting, like someone will, dude, it's crazy. You can't stop watching. He's got insane soccer skills. Like he'll just do something incredible, hit a super bending shot, have the goalie diving. And it's cool because he clearly lives in a third world country. And he's just raw at soccer with their makeshift kind of net. Yeah, so Iron Herrera is his name if you want to check that out. We've asked the I don't know if anything's going to come up, but IRAN, not the best name to have. I'll tell you what. Iran.
He'll probably pop up on all of ours now that we're talking about it.
Yeah.
Yes. He's great. Like I was seeing him before he was verified, and in the comment section was so hyped when he got verified. They were like, Lowbrow got verified. Yes. We've talked about
sorry.
No, go ahead.
He's from Brazil.
Yeah. Brendan's neck of the woods.
Go.
Hell yeah.
Well, we've talked about, so it's kind of like cognizant with that notion of like kind of these stars found out of nowhere. We talked about, was the Paddy the Baddy deal worth it for Barstool? Holy shit. I watched UFC London 2 weeks ago, and he was one of the headliners. Like, he didn't fight in front of a crowd in the Las Vegas. So it was like, how big's hype? People know who he is. UFC guys know who he is. This dude had the crowd singing his song. Like it was the most lit thing I have ever seen in my life. And of course, and he had a crazy fight. Barstool, I think, paid for that contract in that night. And then they doubled down and signed his fighting partner, another British chick, Molly Meatball McCann.
Molly Meatball.
Who had the knockout of the night with a spinning back fist. Like crazy. That's smart though. So I think that is paying dividends.
It's sweet that they're just like now going out and picking up athletes too.
And they're like wholesome people. Like I saw I watched the Dave Portnoy show quite a bit, which is funny. I just flipped through it. What I find interesting, but his interview with Patty was so bad because his connection was terrible, but he was just such a cool individual, laid back. I couldn't believe it.
I love the way they talk too. He's like, "Oh yeah, lad, like today."
Dude, British people are the best. I watch so much tennis now, and those announcers are unraveled or unrivaled. They'll just they come up with a vocabulary. Like it'll just be a crazy backhand, and it'll just be like, masterful. It's just like, that's a great word. No one says that in America. Oh, superb.
It's crazy how much they fuck with soccer too. Because at his post press conference, nothing related to fighting. They're like, is Liverpool going to win the cup this year? He's like, oh yeah, lad, they're going all the way.
Yeah, because he's from Liverpool and he wants to fill Anfield, which is their legendary stadium. But wow, I love London. I went there for J-term. I obviously lived there when I was in kindergarten, but I want to go back all the time. Okay, this is I put some work into this. Did you guys check out Machine Gun Kelly's new album?
I still have not listened.
All right. Well, I've got Emo Girl. I've got did not make my list, but I will give you the spark notes here so you can go in and find the most fire songs. I loved it. As good, if not better than the first one. Holy shit. Okay. Without further ado, my top 8 songs of the album. Emo Girl did not make the cut, but it's a funny song. Sid and Nancy, number 8. Pretty nasty guitar work from MGK, throughout this. 7, Die in California with Gunna and Young Thug. He can still do rap. That's a good song. Number 6, Mainstream Sellout. He makes fun of himself in this song, and it's a banger. Again, he's bringing back a genre. Number 5, maybe with Bring Me the Horizon. Isn't
that like an old radio band?
Yeah, I think
from when
so,
we were in high school.
Number 4, 5150. Machine Gun Kelly. I think album is literally Machine Gun Kelly and Travis Barker on drums. These two together, I'm telling you, is symphonic harmony. I'm excited for you guys to check it out. I absolutely loved it. Number 3, Born with Horns. Great switch up in the middle of the song. God Save Me is number 2. And number 1, this is a slapper. Drug Dealer with Lil Wayne. It's the song of the summer. Song of the summer. Okay, so that's my picks there, my top 8. Let's have a more broad discussion about it. Think about Machine Gun Kelly's career path. I would say fairly respectable in the rap game to alternative emo rock. And not just that, he is resurrecting a genre of music. Like, it was dead. And he was just like, you know what? I'm switching up my genre and I'm bringing this back. Good for him.
He definitely gets a lot of hate from people who were like always fans of that genre, and they're like, oh, this fucking poser, like he's not pop punk or whatever. But it's like, dude, who fucking cares? Like,
see, I was like,
can he be? Because he's 31. Like he was in punk, so I grew up with it. So it's like, I don't know. I kind of see him as someone who just emerged late, maybe.
And that's what's crazy is he was popular like when he like I thought he had made it in the rap game, like he was respected, and now he's an icon. Now he's more famous than he ever been. It's just crazy to think how your trajectory of life goes. And now he's a superstar icon who gets Megan Fox, who was like every teenage boy's when we were listening to Screamo, everyone was like, he brings Megan Fox back almost. Like, it's crazy. Where had she been until all of a sudden they're dating?
True.
That's a power couple foursome, though. Kourtney Kardashian, who I've always thought has been the normal, like the most normal out of the bunch, and Travis Barker, and then MGK and Megan Fox. Okay, my pick of the week, and then we'll get to T with Jack D and his picks of the week as well. Season 1 of The Sinner on Netflix. With Jessica Biel.
Fire. Yes.
I started watching season 2, couldn't get into it. I've heard the other seasons tail off. Season 1, watch it. 8 episodes. It's a thriller. It's a mystery. It's great. I haven't seen Jessica Biel act in something, and she did a great job in so long. She was fantastic.
Brendan, have you seen that before?
No, I don't think so.
You would love
It's like a Mayor of Easttown kind of vibe, like that type of like crime. You would really like it. It's good.
That does it for me. Let's get caught up on some
tea time. All right.
Wait. Should we see what Ian's DC club story was?
After the tea. Good reminder, though. Good reminder.
All right. So one more thing about the Will Smith thing. No Role Models by J. Cole went to number 14 on the Hot 100 because it has that line about the Jada and Will love. So
my favorite was all of a sudden my FYP page was flooded with Will Smith, and it was like it was 3 videos of him dressing up for the Oscars, and all the comments were, who's here after you slapped the fuck out of Chris Rock?
And I guess one more thing about that is Jake Paul's always trying to get in. He's offering them both $15 million to box.
Crazy. No way in hell they would do that.
No.
It would have to be 50.
Will Smith would whoop his ass.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. Bruce, I don't know what disease this is, but Bruce Willis is stepping away from acting after being diagnosed with aphasia. I don't know what aphasia is.
When I first read it, I thought he was suffering from alopecia. What happened there? But I read into it where he's losing cognitive ability, and it just made me sad. I was like, dear God, like his daughter came out and had to announce it. So yeah, he can't act, like he can't remember lines, which is just sad.
Yeah. Drake is seen back in the studio. People think he's dropping some heat for the summer, so watch out for that.
Yes.
All NFL teams will now hire a minority/female offensive assistant coach for the 2022 season.
Yeah, it's a new rule. They're trying to. It's been the Rooney rule, then it was losing draft picks, and now it's, hey, you gotta do it, and good. I mean, they're basically having to walk along the 80-year-old white guy billionaires to, hey, you got to be as progressive as the rest of the country. Otherwise, we keep getting shit on.
Yeah.
Dude, I like the implementation, I guess, or like the idea of it, but I hope that it just doesn't turn to, oh yeah, we like filled this assistant position with a female who we don't really like respect on the sidelines and stuff, you know.
Right.
Like I hope that they don't just pay off the basic requirements
Like they always do. What's fascinating is everyone shits on Goodell. Apparently, like Goodell works for the owners. You know, his job, he gets paid $40 million a year to be the puppet for the owners, the meat shield for the owners. Apparently, NFL headquarters is super diverse. Like women walking around, minorities walking around. Like he himself is actually taking the initiative for his office to diversify. But it's just the stubborn billionaires that are like, well, why do we have to do this? We had never had to do it before. That's what's fascinating.
Yeah, there's also just about the NFL. Didn't they pass the overtime thing, Dylan?
Yes, that's going to be cool. I believe it is. You're going to get a possession unless the first team scores a touchdown and converts a 2-pointer
in the playoffs.
In the playoffs, correct. Tie is still in the regular season.
Okay. So Lil Xan, do you guys know who that is? That rapper with the face. He released from a psych ward. Now he's in rehab. But
imagine Lil Xan, a guy named Lil Xan.
Sir, your first and last name? Lil Xan, the guy checking him in.
Elon Musk says he's considering creating a social media platform because he thinks Twitter is not adhering to freedom of speech.
I kind of agree.
I agree.
Yeah. Which is a shame because I love Twitter, but maybe it'll birth something better, you know. I think Twitter is so useful to especially like sports and just news and current events. So I don't like them censoring people, but it's such a tool I use every day.
People make the argument that it's a private company so they can do what they want.
Right.
But they obviously do censor, and they were built on
and they're dealing with free speech essentially. Yeah.
If you could do what you wanted, we would see so much more like horrible videos coming from other countries of like, I don't know, just acts of terror and stuff. I feel like
good point.
You got to imagine they can just censor down more and more and more.
Yeah. I think the best response I saw to it was that if a former president of the United States is allowed to use to send out information, then it should have to do with freedom of speech. And if he can, we shouldn't all be censored.
Yeah.
So the Raspberry Awards are always the same night as the Oscars, and they're for worst stuff. And LeBron James' worst actor is jammed too.
That's great.
Yeah, I'm sure he loved that.
Did you guys, anyone check out Space Jam 2? No.
I saw parts of it.
I did.
Did you like it, Alex?
I generally I'll just say I liked it. I'd watch it probably again, but it was no Space Jam. Like it was no original by any means. So I don't want to get that confused.
Yeah, I always hold the original. I remember watching that literally on a TV like this, like the size of my head almost.
Nostalgic.
Yeah.
Like those every time someone had the Looney Tunes jersey, even though I probably would never wear it now, I was always like, oh yeah, that's
that was a must. That was a must in a frat. You need the Bugs jersey.
Yeah.
Pete Davidson got a tattoo dedicated to Kourtney Kardashian that says "My girl is a lawyer." Or Kim.
I was like, wow, he moves quickly.
That says "My girl is a," because she technically is a lawyer.
But what are we doing with that?
On his own body.
Can we chill with the tattoos? Did Ye and Julia Fox get a tattoo together? I can't remember. How about Julia Fox? Did you see what she was wearing at the Oscars?
Yeah, that choking hand.
It looked like my NFT fucking Grim Reaper grabbing her.
Yeah.
And her eyes were so bloodshot. Someone quoted, "I don't even care about the slap. I just want to know what drugs she's on." Yeah, literally All right, Dylan, you'll love this. A 36-year-old man in Switzerland who has ALS. He got one of the like brain chip things, like Neuralink. He got it tested on him, and the first thing that he mined to someone that popped up on the screen was, "I need a beer."
That guy fucks.
Yeah.
Probably
Foo
just
Fighters.
woke up from, sorry. He just
No,
probably
go
woke
ahead.
up from surgery, as we probably have all been through one. Like, and you're like, oh, I just want a beer too.
No
That's
kidding.
actually awesome.
I was
Go on.
thinking like maybe it's like, damn, I have a boner right now or something like embarrassing. Like, is he like able to control his thoughts, or it just all comes out?
Foo Fighters drummer Taylor Hawkins passed away. I'm not like huge on Foo Fighters, but that hit a lot of people.
Yeah, I hit a lot of people. I'm not either, to your point, but was it tragic? You know, I assume he died pretty young.
I think he had his run in with drugs for
Sure,
a while. I think
yeah.
that's what they're saying it was. Okay. That pretty crazy that 14-year-old kid who fell off you guys see that it's like one of those like Superman rides in Florida.
Oh shit, yeah.
He fell off and died, but like it says he was strapped, but he was like a big dude, like he was like a football like recruit, and he fell and
East
died.
St. Louis, right?
Yeah.
I fucking hate that ride specifically.
Oh my God.
That's
like the only ride I'll never go on. Like I love
Yes.
roller coasters, but I will never do that shit.
I've been on it, and it's fucking scary.
Yeah, I've been on it. It's terrible. I've skydived, and that's less scary than getting on that fucking ride. I swear to God. Yeah. Did you guys watch the video? Like,
No.
I did.
yeah, you hear the sound, which is the most crippling part, which is like, dear God.
Oh no, I can't watch it.
Are you guys the kind of people you like watching those videos or not?
I
Like,
More times than not, I succumb to it.
plugs back.
Yeah, honestly, the only thing that like fucks me up is it's like someone's leg snaps in half or something, like
Yes.
bones poking out.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Other than that, I feel like I'm kind of
I think that's what draws you
I can
in.
watch it.
You're probably hoping you see it just to be disgusted or something.
Yeah.
See, I don't like being disgusted, but it's weird. Like I want to watch a video unless it is disgusting. Like I don't want to ever see the Kevin Ware video from Louisville ever again in my life, where that dude's bone came out of his fucking leg.
Oh yeah, we watched our friend Cameron Scales do that.
Yeah, that was messed up. And
Paul George fucking had like his leg come out during a USA practice. My uncle like apparently was just playing basketball in the fucking like, you know, driveway, and his bone, like my cousin saw his bones popping out of his fucking, he must have crossed his ankles.
Oh, sorry. I'm not that guy. I don't willingly watch that stuff.
Oh no. There was
You're not a crud plug guy?
Nah,
It
couldn't be me.
dude,
It doesn't necessarily bother me. I'm just like, dude, I don't want to see this.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah. There was like some devious kids in middle school who would watch like these fucked up videos on like the dark web of like
I couldn't watch Two Girls, One Cup. I had no desire to. I couldn't even do that, even though everyone was like, let's go.
I was scarred because they played this one at lunch of this dude throwing puppies off of like
I can't watch that. Yeah, that's
my
something.
God,
Yeah.
dude. It was awful. And yeah, they're bad people. Okay, an escaped flamingo, from the Kansas Zoo from 17 years ago. So they like tag him, you know, with like a number, was found on the coast of Texas.
San Diego Zoo.
The Kansas Zoo. Yes, he made it all the way to Texas.
How the fuck does a flamingo, first of all, live that long? I don't know their life expectancy was that long, and also walk that far on skinny ass legs.
On those legs, he's just hopping there. Yeah,
it's like, how does like some wild animal not eat it?
Yeah,
they're probably like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah,
yeah. I don't know.
I wonder if like, is it just one? Like it can't like get out and mate. I don't know.
Flamingos have knees like Kevin Ware.
Well, super. It's
what happened there?
So bad. I just saw a photo. But sorry, fun fact to that whole idea would in did you ever hear about how after Katrina, like we have now like, I don't know, let's just say 100 new species of like snakes and stuff because like pet stores, like animals got
just
loose.
washed away.
Well, yeah, and then they like mated with
like wild animals.
domestic animals or whatever. So
Jesus Christ.
I don't know.
Damn.
So
that's what we need, more snakes.
All right. So it's only been tested on rodents and it was 99%. Human trials could begin this year for male birth control.
I did, and apparently it's like not supposed to mess with like testosterone levels or something either.
Yeah.
Who knows how true that is.
That's interesting.
Are you taking it?
Well, give the human trials a couple of years and we'll talk, but they've only tested on rats, so I'm good. But
I think I'm with you. If it was like me, the only reason I'd be taking it if my swimmers were too good and all of a sudden I've got like 5 kids and I'm like, yo guys,
yeah, I was like
slow down.
I imagine this is years away, so it's almost like our generation, like this is something our kids are probably going to be like taking, down the line once it is widely accepted. Yeah, I was a petri dish baby, so I don't, I'm hoping I'm good. I don't need something blocking that,
Yeah. Recent studies have found that drinking 2 to 3 cups of coffee could reduce an adult's risk of heart disease by 10 to 15%. So I'm good. I'm in good health.
I saw
yeah.
I saw on top of that too, it was maybe a different report, but it was drinking alcohol can increase cardiovascular disease. No shit. You know what does too? Getting old. Okay, great.
You know what's crazy to me is that like scientists still can't explain why like getting your heart rate up through running and exercise is good for you, but like getting your heart rate up through like other means, whether it be cocaine or just drinking like a shit ton of coffee, like is not good for you. It's just weird they can't explain. It's weird they can't explain why.
Yeah, I never thought of that either. That's interesting. The CEOs of the major U.S. airlines have wrote a joint letter to President Biden to please get these goddamn masks off our faces on the plane.
Bro, is anyone worried? I feel like no one's worried about the sub 2 variant or whatever. Like, are we just going to do this whole thing again? I have no idea, but it is tiring. Everyone's so fucking.
I have every word related to COVID muted on Twitter, so I don't even see it anymore. It's awesome. Okay, now this is, I guess, suggestions. The first one, the only one I would really get up for is the Game of Thrones series, but the Game of Thrones series now has a release date and it's within 12 days.
What?
Of the 12 days of, it's in August, but it's in 12 days, within 12 days of when the Lord of the Rings series comes out. So that's like big for like
I wasn't a Lord of the Rings guy. I missed it. But I'm a huge GOT guy, so I'm hyped.
Yeah.
Wait,
Same.
What's happening with Game of Thrones though? What are they?
It's the prequel to like
yeah,
like a whole new cast storyline, but it's set based on the Targaryens, like how they talked about all the old times in the show, and now this is like a show about the old times.
Yeah, I'm in on that. I'm in on both actually because I'm that nerd.
See, on the Lord of the Rings, I just never got into it, and they're so long. Do the movies hold up? Like, if I were to watch it today, would I be as amazed as you were when you were watching them for the first time?
No, because dude, that's like the childhood. Like I remember watching it when I was maybe in the 1st grade, 2nd grade, but I've watched them a bunch since, just like a Star Wars nerd would. And
sure.
But yeah, they're pretty good. I really do enjoy them, and I thought that the Hobbits were actually really good too.
I watched the Hobbits. I enjoyed that.
Yeah. Well, if you like those, and yeah, you'll like the other ones. But
I like the new series, but maybe not the old stuff that might not hold up. Yeah.
The old ones, you're right. You could get into like the whatever. What's the director's cut? Is that what it is? Those things would get to like 3.5 hours long.
Yeah, that's not me. After being pushed back for quite a while, Top Gun 2 has a release date, May 27th.
Yeah,
that'll be interesting.
Didn't they already film it too? Like there was some reason that they postponed it that I think was unrelated to filming. I could be wrong though.
Yeah. Okay. And so I have 2 suggestions for shows. One is called The Thing About Pam, and it's based on a true story about this lady in Troy, Missouri, like committed this murder and framed her husband, and the husband it's based on a true story, and the husband got convicted and everything. It's really interesting. And it's on Peacock. And then Dylan, this show, don't let the Rotten Tomatoes rating get you, but you gotta watch this show. This show is on Showtime, and it's called Super Pumped: The Battle for Uber.
Oh,
And
okay.
it's with Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Coach Taylor from Friday Night Lights, and it's about, because the dude who started Uber was like crazy, but they like do the thing where they break the third wall and have a narrator, and the narrator's Quentin Tarantino, and it's made by the dude who made Billions in the movie Rounders, and it's sick.
I've seen snip or the previews of that. I think that's good. I will check that out because Silicon Valley and then like the stock market and money and power is all interesting.
And then I got one more that I forgot. It's a documentary that's literally kind of like the Tinder Swindler, but it's like crazy that it's true. This chick owned like the most successful vegan restaurant in New York. It's called Bad Vegan: Fame, Fraud, and Fugitives. And I'll just read you the little summary. After marrying a mysterious man who he could make her dog immortal, a vegan restaurateur finds her life veering off the rails, and her and this dude go on the run for a year. And it's like a documentary, and I watched it, and it's fucking insane. And like this restaurant was like, all these celebrities used to go there. I can't even explain it. You just got to watch it. But,
interesting.
Yeah.
Those are the Jack D selections of the week. You can check those out on our main page on CorbettSports.com. All right, let's conclude Winging It with my Ian Corbett story. So like I think I was golfing with him in Arizona or something, and he just drops this on me. He's like, yeah, I went to a gay sex club one time. And I was like, a what? And he was like, a sex club. And I'm like, I was just like, what the fuck? I was like, I didn't even know that existed. He's just like, yeah, DC. I'm like, what the hell? He's like, you have to be butt ass naked while you're in there. And I was just thinking, I was like, okay, let's say we went to a heterosexual sex club. I would just be so uncomfortable just standing there naked. Just like
what's room temp? Because they better pump it up.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, so we need the heater on. Don't get too close to me. I couldn't believe it, but
let's go. Let's hear more. Sorry.
The cherry on top was he brought his straight friend once, and I can only imagine what was going through that motherfucker's mind. He was like, I'm sorry. All right, remove your clothes. What? I would be out of there in a fucking heartbeat. But then my brother told me another time he went to another one, and he had been to that first one, so he showed up with just a Borat thong, and everyone was fully clothed.
Kind of a power move. I respect Borat.
I'm sure he's gonna love that you told that story.
I think it's funny. Hey, to each his own. He's living life. I did not know my brother had that side of him, but hey, DC gets down, I guess. That's the story. That's Winging It. Those are the fellas, and we'll talk to you guys next week.